Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. Leon Francis, Blackbeard Logic, here on a Friday, Black Friday. Lots going on in the news today. I don't know what that was. Gremlins in my system, man. That's all I can think of right now. I am stoked to chop it up tonight with my good buddy Bob Wheeler. I'm going to wait for him to join in. There's a ton going on, uh, in the political arena, in America in general. The American ethos is changing, and I believe that there are folks out there that are attempting to change it. And sometimes it gets overwhelming, sometimes it gets frustrated, sometimes you get guys on our side that jump ship, you know um ugh, and it's an ugly thing, and it's creating a political divide. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to have Bob Wheeler on, because he's been kind of, right in the middle of this whole thing, and especially locally, when we're talking about local. Hey guys, Brian, good evening. Big JD, and then Justin. Hey man, what's going on? We're definitely going to try to we're gonna I'm gonna try to not tone him down at all, but we're gonna have a discussion. A discussion that I often have in my head, and I'm yelling back and forth because I don't know if it's bipolar or what do you call it? Multiple personalities. One side, I'm like that old 1950s. Um, what is it? The news guy when he goes, "I'm mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore." That dude, I'm between that dude and a rational, calm guy going. I'm a Clay Davis. I'm a keep your powder dry type of dude. But then you see some things, and you shake your head, and you get mad, and you get pissed off. And I think that's where a lot of us are right now. A lot of us. I am there, you know. Most days I don't even want to look at my X feed or my news feed or anything. That's how I am most days because I know there's something, and I don't know if it's the algorithm. I've heard all kinds of conspiracy theories. Like I heard one where we are living in a simulation, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds kind of crazy. But one conspiracy theory that I do believe in is there are powers that be that are running massive psyops on the American people, and they've been doing it for quite some time. And I'm not going to get off into that whole weird, world of psyops and everything. Just know that it's happening. Just know for a fact that it is happening. And the things that we are seeing right now have been orchestrated. I have absolutely no doubt. I think I just saw my good buddy Bob hop on here. There he is. There he is. Bob Wheeler, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. If something ever gets me in the end, it's going to be technical difficulties.
Oh yeah, I've been working with gremlins all day, man. All day.
Wasn't that like the World War II pilots that was, the first time I started hearing about talk about gremlins, and I honestly, I don't believe in them, but I do believe in them.
I'm an IT guy. I'm an IT guy, so I absolutely believe in them, man.
Oh, yeah, you got to. You've got to. Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm a little bit late.
I call him, and I hope you're all right with this, but I call him Big Boss Bob Wheeler, because that's it. Ever since the first time I saw you, I'm like, that's a big boss dude right there. And you know that in the African American community, that's a big compliment, man. That's a big boss baller right
Dude, I
there.
take it. There's multiple reasons why I love your brother. That's all there is to it.
Good.
I've been called a lot of things. If you look at me, if you know me, never late for supper. But other than that, I've been called a lot of things. So
I'm that way too, man. I try not to, especially in my younger day. I never missed a meal. There was a period when I was in Kansas City. I had no neck.
yeah,
I was like,
dude, I
but that,
couldn't live where barbecue is the staple. I couldn't. There's no way.
that was my
I
that
you
was my
know,
problem in Kansas City, man. There were way too many hole in the wall barbecue joints. Oh my God, makes
those
me
you find
homesick.
with your nose and not your eyes.
100%, man.
Yeah.
But tonight, and Justin says hello from Underwood, Bob.
Depends on which Justin. Sorry, Justin.
Latinsky, I think. I don't know. But anyway, man. So I heard you and Rick and who's man. I'm having
Or David Adams
yeah,
and Coach.
Adams and Coachman, chopping it up on get it off your chest, and I'm like, oh, Bob's in one of those ways. Some days I wake up and my wife is like, "You're in a mood, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Nah, leave me alone. You don't want to be." Just got to get out in the truck and drive some dirt roads or whatever.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna. So tonight, not to get your blood pressure all up, but I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about obviously the horrific shooting of the National Guardsmen. Oh, and Trump's response. I want to talk about and this is an interesting aside because I have not seen a ton on the like the second segment that I want to dig into the G20. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but we're not sending any delegates to the G20 because of the obvious overlooked persecution of the Afrikaner minority. And if you're not familiar with that, those are well, if you were in Africa, you call them the Boers, and they are the farmers there, the Dutch farmers that came and settled like I don't know, a million years ago, and now these race baiting Africans have been murdering them, have been taking their farm, have been raping their women. A bunch of them was seeking asylum, legitimate asylum over here in America, and then all the liberals were wee-weed up because they're white. He wants the white people to come over, and I'm like, it's like 20 of them. We've let like 50 million of every color, every shade, every ethnic background in, and then you get like 20, and they're African. So and it just blows my mind. I want to get your thoughts on that. Obviously, just the Somalia thing in Minnesota is just a big, like the more I unravel this, and the reporters, I see Bob chuckling now. The reporters that are asking Trump all these just what I would label as dumbass questions, and they get all wee-weed up because Trump called Tim's retarded because he is retarded. But I want to get your response on some of that. The judge that overturned the jury verdict that found these Somalian grifters guilty of multiple hundreds of millions of dollars in fraud. The jury looked at all the evidence. They heard everything that there was to be heard, and they said, "Yeah, these guys are guilty." And then, wouldn't you know it, the white liberal woman judge overturns it. I want to get your thoughts on that, Bob. I see you rubbing your hands there. Like,
I'm trying to be as cool, calm, and collected as I
dude,
can because even getting fired up on my part sometimes doesn't do me a lot of good. when you are, and I'm going to get fired up today, I promise you, folks. So you didn't get, you got the price of the ticket is free, and you're not going to be disappointed. But half of the problem, 3/4, 90% of the problem we have in this country is white liberal women. Love me, hate me, want to throw the book at me right now. Tough shit, go for it. I don't care. That's our problem.
Yep.
But they are being baited by others and they are controlled by others. As a constitutional conservative, I am under fire hard this week because of my beliefs and my viewpoints on how to get things done, right?
I've heard.
I'm okay with that because if you want to find somebody more original than me, find them. But my attitudes, my ideas are mine. The things that come out of my mouth is generally mine. I get my education somewhere here and there. I learn bits and pieces, but I don't change when the damn wind blows. Okay. So the good things about the Constitution and the bad things about the Constitution are the things we have to put up with liberal judges. We have to utilize the Constitution to get rid of the judges, just like we utilize the Constitution to get the judges. Our Constitution has been tread on and tweaked and twisted and turned so damn many times it's unrecognizable, right?
Are you talking about the Supreme Court, or are you
I'm
talking
talking
about
about
impeachment?
our whole system is based on the Constitution.
Right.
Right? So to do anything, we have to utilize the Constitution to control any of these judges anywhere. Because I dare you to try to get rid of one anywhere without utilizing the Constitution. But they can all be gotten rid of with the Constitution. Okay. And with, maybe I'm not saying this the way I want to, the power of the people utilizing the Constitution doesn't have to put up with this shit from a liberal dang judge is really where I'm getting. Donald Trump has to listen to some once in a while, whether he likes it or not. And the laws and the Constitution are protecting these people. Okay. We got to take the good with the bad until we fix the bad. I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I'm trying to say here?
I do, but let me throw this at you. Like, with the whole Comey fiasco, I looked at that, and there, to me, and I'm not a great legal mind by any stretch of the imagination, but it seems to me that some steps were missed there. And so he got a reprieve, and the liberals are calling it a victory or whatever. I don't see it as a victory. I think that they're gonna put their ducks in a row, and they're gonna get it taken care of. But things like that give me pause because and it absolutely frustrates me, as I'm sure it does to a ton of other people. But what I'm thinking is going on is Trump gets in there, and Trump's not like a micromanager; he's a macro manager. So he gets in there and he goes, "Hey, these people are doing X, Y, and Z. I know that it's illegal. Whatever face they put on it, it's illegal. Get it done. Get these people, hold them accountable." And then those guys go out and they don't do the right thing, and it upsets me. Someone says, "We can't hear you very well, Bob." Here, I'm going to try to turn your mic up. And so, Bob, what I'm going to ask you is, especially when we're here, give me a second.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I could hear you just fine, but
Okay.
the folks are saying that they can't. Well, Lynette said, "Hey, Lynette, shoot me a quick text and let me know if you can hear him. Just do a test.
Test. 1, 2, 3. Test.
Okay, and I'll wait to hear back. But long and short is, sometimes using the constitutional methods is kind of slow on purpose, and a lot of us A lot of us are kind of impatient. Oh man, I think I stepped in it. So
You're making my point that I've been making for the freaking, I don't know, the last week that I've been fighting so hard with my friends. All right. And I may actually this time lose some friends over this. And I'm trying so hard to keep it as civil as I can, but I'm frustrated, right?
right,
Um,
I'm frustrated too, Bob. I like again. I
it's
can see what's going on. I
the
can see the
Constitution
corruption.
has been stepped on for 250 years.
Mm,
Okay. Donald Trump is not going to be constitutionally perfect in the things he's been doing because we've allowed it to get so bad, right?
mm.
So it may take a little of that, and it will take. I'm not giving him a chance to avoid or misuse the Constitution. Don't take it that way. But if he has to play the game to get us back to being a constitutional republic, play the damn game. Does that make any sense to you? Play the game to get us back what we need. All right. So, best, smallest example that I can give anybody of what I'm trying to talk about here. And we mentioned this, I believe, the last time we did it. If you have a law passed by the legislature in the state of North Dakota that is signed by the governor in the state of North Dakota, it does become law when he signs it, right? We can't change that law, whether it's constitutional or not, until we spend a bunch of money to take it through the court system to change it. That's one of the bad things about the way our system is set up. They can knowingly pass an unconstitutional law.
And if we can't get the money up,
But if
then
we can't fight it through the court systems, and if the court itself isn't a constitutional court, we're shit out of luck. Okay, so that's a lot of my problem right now. Is we're gonna have to do what we've got to do to be able to get back to enforce the constitutional rule of a constitutional republic to get back to that. Now, I'm not saying that we don't utilize the Constitution right now, but there are some things that I'm not quite as worried about. And don't if people want to say I'm not a constitutional conservative anymore, if I'm okay with all this stuff, or he's not true blue. Well, I got news for you. I see a bigger picture.
yep.
Doesn't mean I'm right, but we've got a war to win, an absolute humongous war to win to save this country. And we got little battles going on. But if you get too tied up in this stupid little fight with Marjorie Taylor Greene or Massey or something else with this bullshit, okay, and you're mad because he's picking on a conservative, and if you're going to get tied up in that shit, you're not seeing the war. And you're mad at me because I'm not defending Marjorie Taylor Greene right now. Well, I'm also not a senator who's going to resign, but I'm not going to resign until January so I can get my friggin' retirement, and then I'm going to resign. I'm
That's
going to
an
give you 3
interesting.
months to complain about it.
That's
In the
an
process, don't tell me that she's some idealist, amazing conservative. If you're going to do it, damn it, do it now.
yeah.
And somebody challenged me, well, you wouldn't do it. You want to bet? The first thing I'm going to do if I was to ever get elected, now it wouldn't get anywhere, but I'm going to try to get rid of all those perks in the first place. Am I going to stay long enough to get my retirement? I'm going to stay as long as I need to do the job, and then I'm going to self-remove my ass, which is the only true way that we get term limits, is removing our own asses from those positions. And I don't care about the retirement. They shouldn't have the damn retirement. They shouldn't have any benefits.
Preach.
Okay, and maybe we're jumping around, but this all
No,
goes
the Marjorie Taylor Greene fiasco is a very good point to kind of hone in. Like we talk about liberal white women. Um, I watched that meltdown in real time, and I'm like, oh my god, are you kidding me? I watched this woman, who I respected at one point, just
absolutely.
throw the biggest hissy fit I'd ever seen. Now, I especially when Trump was running and Bongino and all those guys were talking about the Epstein file, I was right there. But I'm not the guy, sitting in the Oval Office, or I'm not Bongino, and I'm not what's his name? I'm drawing a blank, but Crazy Eyes. I'm not those guys looking at the evidence, going, "Wait a minute, this
Cash.
stuff is corrupted. It's corrupted. If we put this out, it's going to be a bigger storm than what we got right now. So we
Mhm.
need to pull this back a bit, and I'm okay with that because, like you said, we got to right this ship. There's a ton more going on than the Epstein files,
You
and
can't
and
fix 250 years of bullshit in 1 year.
think about this. Everybody's all wee-weed up about the Epstein files. How many of those same people, conservatives, Republicans, let their kids play with Roblox or have them on TikTok or any of these other like gaming apps that are geared toward kids? Do you know what the biggest purveyor of predatory, child predatory agenda is out there for children? It's those things. Like if your kid's on Roblox and you're pissed off at Trump about the Epstein files, then you can go sit on a rake because you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Isn't this kind of like the adults that are on Facebook with us but refuse to get a TikTok account?
I,
Well, they're spying on you. How did well, you think that
do you
Facebook
think that?
hasn't spied on you for a decade now? That because I'm talking to my mother about a belt at the dining room table that my dad likes that I bought him a year ago or 6 months ago, and I open up the freaking phone and I go to TikTok and the freaking belt is sitting in front of me. You think it doesn't happen on Facebook every day?
Yep.
Give me a break. If you're on anything technological, you've given it all up. And I don't care if your kids are playing anything on an iPad or a tablet of any kind, you're putting them in danger.
Yep.
I don't care what it is.
We.
I don't. If your kids are using a damn laptop in high school, I swear, or
Yep.
grade school, they're in trouble.
Oh, I'm an IT guy, and I've said this before, and folks will tell me, a little screen time is okay. I nope. When we are homeschooling and we're doing some of the apps on the homeschooling apps, that's about the only screen time Eli will get, and all the other his other screen time is outside. It's touching grass. And I think we need a lot more of that. That way, I don't even have to worry about like if you're a child predator and you're bold enough to come into my driveway and try to groom my kid, knock yourself out. Come on down. Like JD said, piss on an electric fence, and I'm good with that. But I'm not going to willingly give my kid the tools to allow a child predator into his life. And the only reason why I brought that up is because we are wee weed up at the wrong thing. We are on a battleship that's going. I don't know, toward Niagara Falls,
But
and
we're
Trump
still
is
thinking.
trying to turn this thing around, and yet he's got all these, shipmates behind him going, "No, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this and that," and he's trying to turn the whole damn thing around.
How
We,
many millions of people voted for Donald Trump? 80, 77 million, some damn thing like that.
yep,
How many of them ever heard him call himself a constitutional conservative?
he's not.
Exactly. He's
He's
a
not.
moderate. He'll tell you that. You
He
voted
wants.
for the man knowing he wasn't a constitutional conservative. Now you're pissed off because there isn't one, but he never told you he's one. He's doing exactly what he told us he was going to do. And he's
Right.
doing it the way you got to just let him do his thing. Now, write this stuff down. I said this for a lot. Got to hold his feet to the fire. We got to hold him accountable as we
Of
go
course.
forward. Just get into the lame duck period of his presidency. You only got another year or so. Once we're past the midterms, realistically, he is a lame duck, whether he's got the House and the Senate or not. He's still out of there in 2 years. Can't run again. Okay.
And we got
Let's
to
deal
start
with the
lining up our.
constitutional issues then.
Yeah. Well,
But
and again, with me is like I understand Donald Trump from his New York days and all of that. I understood that the guy colored outside the line to get things done, and I am the first person to say do it constitutionally. But if you see the garbage that we are running, right, constitutionally, we shouldn't have 50 million illegals in our country,
It
but it's
wasn't done
there.
constitutionally to screw us.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you need that tough guy with the bat to go in there and break things, take names, and then we come in behind him and put everything back together. Because right now it ain't working. We got Dearborn right now. We got places in Texas that have a bigger Muslim population than the population of North Dakota. I mean, we just had a Muslim murder that National Guards woman and shoot the other the National Guardsman. I'll pull up their
Didn't
name.
they
Like
both pass away?
the last I heard, he was in critical. She had passed, but
Oh,
maybe
thank God for that. I
yeah.
thank you, Lord Jesus, for that.
And we're going to talk about that. I got a couple of clips I want to play from Judge Janine Pirro and from
You're driving me. You're driving me to this.
let's pull it back a bit. But what I'm saying is we got a lot on our plate right now. And
Yeah.
and I even see some local folks who I respect. Like I respect these people. And I hear the things that are coming out of their mouth, and I know the sway that they hold in conservative circles and the sway that they hold in Republican circles, and I'm like, dude, this is not the time. Now is not the time. We are going to get
Only
gutted,
argument we're having, Leon, is timing.
right?
I understand exactly what these guys are saying. I love them for it. I agree with them. But we've got to deal with this shit at the right time so we can save what we need to save. I don't agree with having to go around or twist the Constitution to get what we need. But you nail on the head of it right there. Timing.
100%. I'm going to hit this first break. When we come back, we're going to dig into. Let's see. I think I want to dig into Janine Pirro, Judge Janine, on the National Guardsmen, and then Trump's response to some dumbass reporter. Also want to play that. Like perfect. So, what I'm going to do
I
now?
know the clips you're talking about.
You? Yeah, it's going to be a good one, y'all. So, give me 1 second here.
Hey. It's Leon Francis from Blackbeard Logic on the Guns and the 701 Network. I'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. Stay tuned.
When you want it done right, go where lemons go. Kalen's Auto Service, owned and operated by Kalen and Misty Foss, lifelong locals with over 25 years experience. From modern rides to classic restorations, they can handle it all. Top quality work, fair price, and honest hometown values. Located just 1 block south of Highway 12 on 6th Avenue West in Lemon. Kalen's Auto Service, serving you with all your auto repair needs.
Flower Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Come on, no.
Welcome back. It's Leon Francis with Blackbeard Logic on the Guns and the 701 Network. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. I especially like. I think it was Brian when I said I was going to have you on. That expression that he used. In the South, I heard it a lot, but so hearing him say it just kind of made me homesick. He's like, "Don't hold Bob back, just let her buck." And I'm like, "Oh hell yeah, let's do that thing right there, right right now. I want to lead the show this segment off. I'm Leon Francis, your host of Blackbeard Logic. This is my good buddy, my brother from another mother, Big Boss Bob Wheeler. Everybody knows him. Everybody, well, some folks like him. Other folks are kind of pissed off at him right now.
We're
But that's
splitting hairs right now.
yeah, we're splitting hairs right now. But yeah. So I'm gonna lead off this segment with Judge Janine, man, and she was hot. Like during that press conference, you hear all those little teeny bopping reporters asking the dumbest questions imaginable, and you could just see her blood pressure going up and up and up. This is not that press conference. This is her on Fox News. Here, let's take a listen.
One more thing, and it's not about this case, it's about vetting in general. The nonsense that the left gave us with this Operation Welcome Allies. Look, there was no vetting. If you think there was vetting, I have a bridge to sell you. If you saw the chaos that was going on at that airport in Kabul, in Afghanistan, it was typical of what was going on in the Biden administration. And the Pentagon, I believe it was Kirby and people in the Biden administration said the Afghan withdrawal that we all know was disastrous was a success. And that's a quote. They called that a success. That chaos is not a success. That is a nightmare. And 13 American servicemen and women were killed at that airport because the Biden administration couldn't get their facts together and couldn't make a decision regarding the rules of engagement to take down a known suicide bomber. So let's stop namby-pambing around with this, oh, he was vetted. There was no vetted. The welcome mat was thrown down. They even admitted that they short-circuited the vetting. What they did was they brought in 90,000 people into this country that were not vetted. They told us all the other immigrants were vetted. What do? Call the FBI in Afghanistan and say, gee, do you have anything on this guy? Did we call Venezuela and say, gee, how about your criminal justice system? What can you tell me about this guy? It's like the 10, 20 million American illegals who've been let into this country. We don't know who they are until we suffer the consequences that we have seen in Washington. And I was on that scene, and it is a very sad place. And Sarah Beckstrom and her family did not deserve this. They should have been protected, which is the first order of government. And the left ought to stop their nonsense and recognize that they are not speaking for the American people. They are speaking about ideology and politics. Donald Trump, the president, the attorney general, and myself were interested in the facts, in the prosecution, making people accountable, and rest assured, we will.
Yeah, how when I saw that, and if you saw her Army, I think her name was Sarah Beckstrom, U.S. Army, um, SPC. Like
The
my
National
God,
Security
dude,
Service.
like so young, and I think that she was like I think that she might have been new there, like 24 hours, no, less than 24 hours there, and then you see this. I mean, and this is going to sound heartless, but you see this dirty fucking raghead gun her
How could
down.
that be heartless? A fucking criminal, a terrorist, a piece of shit.
And
It's
I'm
not
sorry,
heartless.
people know me. I'm a Christian. I fail miserably
I'm from the
many
south
many
side of the
times.
freaking Christianity part of this shit. So am I.
But when you see that, and you're just like, my God, and then you got liberals out there making excuses, blaming Trump. Just it blows. It makes me it doesn't make me upset. It makes me livid.
Yep.
And folks like me have been livid for quite some time. And there's only so much. Like I have to go outside and just get some of that ice cold North Dakota air in me just to calm the F down because it makes me want to go strap up. And like Trump is, they were giving him crap because here, I'm going to get the quote here. He said he was going to permanently pause migration from third world backwaters in the wake of the National Guard murder. And I agree. Like I've seen video of these Somalians that they sent back. Like there's one in particular. I should have pulled it for my show, but I did not. There's this guy. He's back in Somalia. He was at one of the Ilhan Omar, and we're going to talk about Ilhan. And yeah, we're going to talk about her. But he's back in Somalia, and Trump did not lie. It is, and he basically says that, and he's begging, crying to come back, and it just looks like garbage behind him. And the Democrats, imported millions of these people in, and like the judge said, we didn't vet these people. We didn't. I remember seeing the video where Fox News flew the drone over that bridge in Texas, and it was all these Haitians, and they even had some Chinese mixed in there. But it was like 100 to 200,000 of them basically living in that little area under that bridge. And the Biden administration, what they had done was they had kept all of the media out of that area. They wouldn't let anybody with a camera into that area. And then Fox News was like, because they had been getting reports that, we got all these people under this bridge. And Fox News just said, screw it. They put a drone up in the air, and we saw the footage. And within I think it was like a week, all those people were gone. Where are those people, Bob?
Fargo, Bismarck, they just disperse them. They
are the people that are getting the CDLs that says no name given. That's where they are. They are the people that pull crap like this. They are the people that you're in, I don't know, South Fargo, and you hear this guy beating up on his wife, because it's probably not his wife. They probably forged the document in order for him to get over here, but he's beating up that woman. It's the I don't know, what was he, a Somalian that raped and murdered that girl right behind Walmart on 45th? These Dude, we cannot be nice about this. We cannot be nice.
There's nowhere you can't even talk about it nicely. It's so hard now, Leon. They've taken. First thing I'm going to throw out there right now. I wonder how much money we could make if Janine and I could do a show together for about an hour. I think the judge and I could have a lot of fun in about an hour. I have no problem shutting immigration off to Somalia, any Afghan, any Middle Eastern country. Okay, I have no problem whatsoever closing the gates. Absolutely not letting anyone in this country for any reason for 6 months to a year till we get our shit straight.
Yep.
Okay, close the borders, lock them down tight. We're closed for business. Done deal for right now.
Closed for renovation. That's
absolutely. And then we start. I mean, I believe that ICE is going to end up in high numbers up in Michigan. I think that's going to be a ground zero type thing.
Yep.
I have zero time for these people anymore. Zero. Nada. Zip. None whatsoever.
But what they're going to do is they're going to gin up their woke liberal base to go to Dearborn, just like they did when they were in, I think it was Michigan, just like they did when they were in Washington and North Carolina. They gin up their little rent-a-mobs, and they send them out there to get the sound bites and the video clips and all of that garbage. And that's where they want America. That's why I said, why when I started the show off, I said we're in a massive psyop. Because
I heard a little bit of that.
That's where I believe that they're doing this to get people like me, and like they couldn't do it January 6th, even though they tried mightily to get us to start a civil war so they could just bring the hammer down. That's what I believe happened. And so I think they're doing it this way now. It's a color revolution. We've done it in other countries. I mean, and
they want us to finally. They want us that vote Republican, for lack of better, really cool terms, to take the first step in causing something, okay? Or they want to make us look like the bad guys. You know, if I hear somebody or see somebody hollering Allah Akbar, you know, type stuff, waving a firearm in the United States of America, what do you really think I'm going to do? If they've got a weapon in their hand, that's an act of war in my name. Telling them death to America, holding a weapon, I'm just going to pull out a gun and shoot. Okay, but there's a reason I don't live in these areas, because I'm not gonna. I can't.
Yeah.
Right. Realistically, we'd have every single right to do that, to protect this nation, to protect our friends and family from evildoers that mean to do this country harm. And it's really as simple as that. You grab the first one that they're showing you all this footage of Muslims, okay, screaming, chanting, "Hey, we're here to take over. We're not talking about doing this nicely. We're talking about we're gonna take you guys." You get these, I don't know what their level of higher up, but they're saying, giving interviews saying, "No, our job is now we're going to take you through vote. You're going to vote us in, and we're going to take you over." They're already talking about a terrorist move, an act of war. Grab that individual,
Yeah.
vet him right then and there, put his ass on a plane, okay, and
Yeah,
then ban him from coming back ever.
It always blows my mind, especially like I've seen huge rallies in New York, where you have these Muslim dudes, big bearded Muslim dudes, in their whole little get up, and they're just running America down, and they have all these people behind them, and as always, there's always these white liberals who wouldn't last 2 seconds in that country where those guys are from. Not 2 seconds would they last over there, but they're the useful idiots. But I hear these guys running down America and then saying they're going to bring, just like you said, Sharia law to this country. And in Dearborn, they're trying. In Texas, they're trying. In Minneapolis, they changed the damn flag, dude.
Did you see what Walls said on that? Did you see that clip of Tim Walls? Well, we had a racist flag, so we changed our flag. What? There was nothing racist about your flag. There was a farmer in the field, a gentleman on a horse, and a beautiful scenic setting.
So
then you changed it to partially Somali flag with a star on it.
So I want to just give me 2 seconds just to talk to the white dudes out here. You know, what are you doing? I mean, dude, what are you doing? So I'm a history buff. I love history, man. And when I look at the history of this country, good, bad, and ugly, I'm not one of those guys that go, black people created everything. It was built on the back of. No, I know for a fact that the pilgrims that came here had one hell of a time, dude. The folks that migrated west, most of them died on the trail going there. And then they're fighting the natives, and they're fighting disease, and they're fighting the animals and the elements and all of that stuff. You get all the way up to Minnesota, a bunch of Vikings and Swedes, and you allow this third world backwater rubbish. The people that I am the captain, dude. How does that happen, man?
That got stuck into the city without anybody knowing about it, basically overnight. And there wasn't anything they could do about it without having a civil war or an absolute.
There's 100,000 Somalians there. 100,000.
Once they let it go, they just lost their grip on it, man.
I can't. Like it blows my mind. Like I could see that happening somewhere in the South, I just but in Minnesota, and even in North Dakota, like I go to like the Walmart on 54th, 54th, I think it is, or 51st, the one that's supposed to be the good one, because I can't go to the one on 45th anymore. That's just.
Well, there's one on 13th, there's one on 52nd, and as of now, recently, you can't hardly go to either one.
Nope.
Jamestown is not that far one direction. I can head that way. I can go to South Dakota. I don't need that place very often. There's too much I'm tempted too much to just.
And dude, I'm not a racist by any stretch. I'm not a bigot by any stretch of the imagination. But I do have eyes. You know, I got a working brain.
Well, I sure like to think I'm not a racist. In most cases, I know I'm not. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I am a racist. I hate the freaking
No,
Muslims.
let's.
I freaking hate them. I freaking hate them with every fucking fiber of my being. I
So-
hate fucking Muslims.
We're
That's
off
not a
YouTube
fucking
now.
religion. That's a cult, and it is a piece of shit cult, and it is something that we should. Our ancestors from freaking 1775 on forward have been fighting these sons of bitches.
Yep.
And whatever year some jackass in Congress and president allowed these assholes to run for office, we need to take that law and reverse the son of a
Yep.
bitch. And there's okay, people are going to call me racist for this. No more hyphenated
If
Americans.
they haven't called you
Anyway,
racist yet,
there's
if
no
they
more
haven't,
paperwork that says hyphenated Americans.
Yep.
You cannot be a dual citizen in this country.
Nope.
Yours either says you're an American or you're not, or you're gone. And I don't care if you're Jewish American, African American, Mexican. I don't give a shit.
Yep.
No longer. And the one thing that I wish that the Constitution, our founding fathers, had done, you've got to be a natural born citizen to run for the presidency. You know
I
what?
agree.
That law should have been that way for Congress as well. Okay. Or you have to have at least been here 20 years or something. Okay. We failed there, but you know what? I can bitch about it, but I can't change it without utilizing the Constitution to change it. I can't just bitch about it and say it's changed, right? So we need to consider those things. But I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care where you're from. Hell, God help us when we get into the South Africa thing. If we even end up with time to get into that South Africa thing. But I don't care who you are. I'm an equal opportunity offender.
Yep.
I'm a Marine. We one color and it was green. And we could be as stinking racist to each other as we could come up with. Half the time we're laughing our ass off it, but
you should hear some of the conversations.
Bob, I just got to shut up. The stuff I learned from the brothers back then about names. Oh, dude, right? No, yeah. I'm racist. I hate every single freaking Muslim in this godforsaken earth. I hate them. I hate them.
The thing is, like, all right, so I'm not going to go that far. I do think that Islam is a gutter religion. I think it's a demonic religion. I think it's incompatible, whole cloth, with our American ethos. It cannot work here. It can't. Not if you are a Quran believing.
You've got a den of rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
A whole den of rattlesnakes. You look down and tell me which one's the good one.
I agree.
I hate them all. Turn the freaking Middle East. All you got, you know how they make glass? It's with sand. You know what we do? We turn the whole freaking desert to sand with a nuke and be done with this shit.
Okay. Well, we knew when I knew when I invited Bob on, there might be some fireworks, a little bit. So
I'll calm down now.
Let her buck. But
well, seriously,
no, I get it.
Go back to look at the rules of engagement that my brothers and sisters have had to deal with in every war they've ever fought in. I don't know exactly who makes them things up and the Geneva Convention and all that other bullshit.
Right.
All right. And as human beings, no matter where we're at, we don't want to hurt children. We don't want to hurt women. But you know how many American lives that rule and that belief has cost us over the years?
I agree.
It's not just Hollywood, right? I mean, yeah, you can. One of the best places to see that is American Sniper. Okay, and it's the beginning of the movie. He's lined up on a child, but the child has a grenade. Okay, and then his mother picks up that, and you've got to sometimes shoot the kids.
Yep.
And I know this is pissing somebody off, but you know what? It's easier to just do it from an airplane and nuke the whole freaking sand. Okay, because if you don't take these things out at the bottom, okay, like it or not, they grow up with hate in their hearts for us.
So, Bob, this is where I'm at. I don't care what you do in your backwater country. Do not come here, and I am sure as hell not going to invite you to come here with your backwater ideals. Like, I'm an American. I'm not an African American. I'm not a Black American. I'm an American. Like, my playlist just it looks like a Jackson Pollock uh, painting. It's just a mosh of all kinds of stuff. I like
Yep.
bluegrass. I love country. Country is probably my first love. I like classical. I like 80s and 90s hip hop. Like when they were, I don't know, especially when I'm working out. Like all of that. But I'm an American. I'm not a hyphen. I'm not. If I want to get pissed off, oh, give me some NWA. I'm all about it. But just gets you. But what I'm saying here is when I hear like someone like Ilhan Omar, who got ran out of her own country because her dad committed genocide on over like 100,000 Somalians. And so, to escape the justice of the regime that took over, they had to go to and I'll, if we have time, I'll play a clip here, and I'll give you the stats. I'll give you the facts.
They're a pirate nation.
She is a garbage person, and then she ends up educated in good old North Dakota, right at NDSU. That hat, right over there. And then she goes to Minnesota, and I mean, my God, talk about letting the enemy right into your front door. So what I'm saying is this: I don't care what they do in their garbage country. Don't come here. Don't come here. And all of the liberals that, the Lutheran social services and the Catholic services, yeah, I'm calling these guys out. All of those bleeding heart idiots that just brought hundreds of thousands. I believe it's more than just in Minneapolis alone, there are 100,000. So just think about what they brought into the country. How many thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, and every one of them is a sleeper cell, in my humble opinion. I don't want to glass your whole country. I just don't want you ruining mine, and that's where I'm at. And when I hear you running down my country, we got a problem. We got a problem.
You're walking on the fighting side of me, Merle Haggard. When you're running down my country, man.
You don't run down my flag, side of me. My son, the son that I'm raising right now, he's going to be one of those guys that, you run down this country, you're going to lose some teeth.
He hasn't hardly been introduced to me yet, only a short little bit. So yeah, I'll make it even better for him.
Yeah, you're trying to get us to get out on that ice, and I'm still not 100% clear on that. But
I'm not trying. I know I'll succeed. I'll get one of them new pew pew toys and say, "Come on out, you come out, you can play with it."
Damn it! He knows my weakness, man. You know what I like. I'm gonna hit a couple of these comments, and then I'm gonna hit Trump's response to an idiot. Austin says Walmart on 45th. Hell no, right? Lynette says we are Americans, period. Fargo first, true. That was at the 1948 mark. I'm going to have to go back and see what we were talking about. Islam is not a race. So this is Justin. Justin, you were spot on. Islam is not a race. It is a cult founded by a 6th century pedophile caravan robber. Now, that is an interesting little tidbit. Because if you guys, I don't know how much you know about Islam, but not only was this guy illiterate, couldn't read, nothing. If you are a Christian, and I'm just going to take 2 seconds on this. If you are a Christian, it was foretold that you would have a demon that would spark a new religion because the person thought that demon would be an angel. He would be an angel of light. And that's Muhammad said, some angel spoke to him and blah, blah, blah. And then because he couldn't write or read, he had to verbally do the whole Quran thing. And he shopped his newfound religion. He was an idiot. he shopped it around to the Jews, to the newly minted Christians, and all of that, and they were like, "Well, you're crazy, so no." And then, long story short, he declared war on all of them, and that's how we got Islam. It's not it's a gutter religion, in my humble opinion. And I know I'm not doing the Christian thing. I know, and I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
you
know
are.
my
You are doing the Christian. That's where you've got to. I do have a disagreement there. You know, it is all right for us to be like this against something like that. Do you think Jesus Christ didn't flip some tables over once in a while?
100%.
You know, that we are still being Christian. It might not sound like it, and I might do a little bit of Hollywood here once in a while and get it a little fired up, but that doesn't mean that we're not Christians. Was it you and I? There's a big difference between murder and kill, and it says so in the Bible.
Yep, we talked about that.
And you know, that kind of stuff. That doesn't mean I'm not a Christian. Yes, I'm from the Christian, I'm a Christian, but I'm from the South Side. Okay, you know, hammering your plows into swords, and David had to pick the right rock to take Goliath's ass out.
Right.
You know, that kind of stuff. The stuff like this has to happen.
Trust me, I am not one of those mamby-pamby, pastel-colored sweater tied jauntily around my neck type Christian. I'm not that dude. I believe Christian warriors. I believe men are called, especially Christian men, are called to be warriors, because we cannot be passive when the savages are at the door. We have to be savages. And that has colored my vision on American history. Like, I hear people saying how horrible we are. Like, the thing that really pisses me off, 1 second on this and I'll be done, but it really teases my grits. It's when I hear like some award go, and this award is brought to you on stolen indigenous land and blah, blah, blah. And this, and I'm like, are you kidding? Do you know the blood that went into the land that you were standing on? We fought for that. And those guys were savages. And we had to bring out you think the first pilgrims that came here and they were like nice and reading hymns and Bible scriptures to the native, do you think that got them far into the interior of America? No, because when the savages came to scalp them, to rape them, to eat their hearts, to murder babies and do the child sacrifices and all of that garbage, we were like, well, not we, what white people used to be. They were like, whoa, these MFers ain't playing. So they had to go get them some Christian savages. And that's what happened. That's what happened. That's why we have America and we don't have Afghanistan.
Religion has ruined Christianity.
100%.
Religion has ruined Christianity.
100%.
Being a born or a raised Catholic, that religion ruined Christianity. It ruined the Bible. You know, that kind of stuff. I mean, I still have so many beliefs and feelings that way.
And dude, the Catholics used to go hard. And now you look at them and you get some chants, some incense, and you're just like, wait, what? You guys were the Knight Templar. I mean, you guys were the Crusade dudes. You guys were the long swords and the spears and let's go get them. That's and now what you wearing dresses and you're marrying women, like women are marrying women, and then
we can, if we don't quit here, we can take this to a really dark place.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Let's do that next clip, brother.
Yeah, let's run that. Here, give me a second. See, you take me into weird places, dude.
You gotta send me. This one had to go.
This one had to. Yeah, okay. Here we go. This is Trump addressing an idiot.
The Biden administration
because they let him in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person. And there's a law passed that it's almost impossible not to get them out. You can't get them out once they come in. And they came in, and they were unvetted, they were unchecked, there were many of them, and they came in on big planes, and it was disgraceful. And if you look, you'll see there was a law passed. It makes it almost impossible not to let them in, not to certify them, so to speak, once they come in. And they came in, and they shouldn't have come in. And frankly, the whole thing was a mess. The whole Afghanistan situation was a mess. It should have never taken place. If we're going to go out, and we would have gone out because I had everybody ready to go, we were going to go out with strength and dignity and precision, and we would have left for Bagram, and we would have kept Bagram, by the way, because of its very close relationship to China and where they make their missiles. But when you let the people come in by the thousands and thousands and thousands, they made a terrible mistake. But they were incompetent, yeah.
Donald Trump is right,
brother.
100%. And
That's
what we're
my
going to do.
president.
What we're going to do now is I'm going to hit my second commercial break. We have gone long, but so I'm going to us. Yeah.
Did we lose any viewers though?
I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't think so. But so I'm going to hit the second commercial break, and we will be right back right after this.
Hey, it's Leon Francis from Blackbeard Logic on the Guns in the 701 Network. I'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. Stay tuned.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
Ever tried catching a fish with your bare hands or hunting a deer with a stick? Don't be that guy. At Mandan Sporting Goods, you've got all the hunting and camping gear you need. We're your one-stop shop for outdoor adventure.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Check us out at mandansportinggoods.com, or better yet, stop in to 210 East Main Street, Mandan, North Dakota. Mandan Sporting Goods, where the outdoors meets functionality. Store hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Sunday. Take up arms at Mandan Sporting Goods. Your adventure starts here.
Welcome back. It's Leon Francis with Blackbeard Logic on the Guns and the 701 Network. Let's get it.
Yeah, the biggest compliment I could ever get is my wife coming down the stairs like she just did, going, I'm like, hell yeah. Brother might even get lucky tonight. Anyway. So no, I a little too much to go there, but just to wrap up that last segment, Trump's Department of Homeland Security confirmed earlier this week that it is initiating a review of the hundreds of thousands of refugees imported by the Biden administration, citing evidence that many of the migrants were rushed into the homeland without adequate vetting. And while activists clutch pearls over Trump's new initiatives, basically, Trump is like, yeah, we got to do, and what we have to understand is the way that the Biden administration did things, like, is nothing short of, and if you got kids around, tell them to, earmuffs, the shit show that was the Biden administration. Like, there is no telling the harm that those idiots caused. They stole the election. We all know that. They stole it. And then the amount of, and for a guy to try to rectify that in, 4 years? 2 years. We're not even giving him time. And we're jumping ship. And do you understand the level? Dude, I see some people jumping ship. And I'm like, what are you? You're like fair weather soldiers, These they're and again, some people I respect. So, some North Dakotans that I really respect, and I just kind of I keep my powder dry, you know. And
I'm going to try so hard to keep loving them like a brother, because they are so 99% in agreement with us. But I
yeah,
don't understand it right now.
yep,
And I know that they're super educated, super smart friends of ours
smarter
have
than me.
got their reasons.
Yep, smarter than
And I
me.
know it feels like I'm talking down about them right now, and I don't want to do that. I really don't. But it's mind blowing to me right now. Where I mean, obviously, it's great to find out you and I are more on board than I thought we were, because I thought there might be little differences here, that we'd have to worry about. But
Do I
it
care
seems like
about
those
Do I
that
care
I
about
am the
the
closest
Epstein
with.
files? Yes, I do. But
It's
I'm not
being
jumping
a
ship.
Marine. Okay, you followed orders, all right, and you served your brothers, okay, and you went danced with the one that brung you. Let's dumb it down a little bit. All
Mm.
right, I knowingly, willingly voted for President Donald Trump 3 times. I knew he was not going to be perfect. I wanted him to do the best that he could to get us back to start getting us back to what we need. But I have never expected him to fix this country in 1 year,
Nope.
4 years. I maybe I just had realistic thoughts, and
The dude shut the border fiasco down to a trickle. That is admirable.
fast.
Fast. So
They said we could never stop it. What, a month, 2 months? It was basically done.
done. Yep. So
Tariffs. We got more money getting straightened out right now than ever before. No, I'm not happy with my grocery bill or the price of a piece of a notebook or a pen right now. It still
but
sucks. Inflation
but
is still
again,
there. I don't like the way the numbers are being presented.
but again, 4 years of absolute utter idiocy running this country. What do you think? I mean, he is not going to be like, I know Trump talks a big game. When I come in within a week, that's not realistic. And I knew that because I'm not an idiot, you know. But we also have to give the guy some grace, and we got to let the dude work. There's
Let's go back and see what did he accomplish in a week.
Yeah.
One hell of a lot.
hell of a lot.
Just in a week.
And
Things
he
changed
is
in a week.
he is nullifying all of the auto pen crap. Did you hear that?
But yeah,
So
the auto pen crap. But why do people not understand? It is extremely important to get through the midterms, get more of a Republican majority, whether they're constitutional conservatives or not. We'll use their words against us. Get a bunch of Trumpsters in there, whether they're rhinos or not, that are going to make sure that everything he's done in the last 2 years stays done. They can stab us in the back later, which like we know they're going to do. But let's get the majority of this so it stays there. We've got to.
I've always
all
said
this shit is we're expecting Washington D.C. and Donald Trump to fix our shit for us.
Nope.
And not having to get off our ass and vote, not having to get involved in your districts, not having to get involved with your school boards, that's what we're still expecting.
Yeah, Fargo First is, and I'm going to say the Fargo First movement is the first time I'm going to do a Michelle Obama. First time in my adult political life that I've been really happy with the city of Fargo because they're actually doing exactly what you're talking about. They're
Did you ever get her to send you her back exercise where you can get your back look? Oh, sorry, bro.
I threw up a little bit in my mouth, dude. Hang on. But yeah, they're trying to light a fire under the conservatives that I know live in Fargo against all the garbage that's going on. That's why I support those dudes. I'm trying to have get one of them a representative to come on. Hopefully that'll happen within the next week or two, just to kind of lay it out. I think that's where it starts. I think it starts locally. and then we just kind of spread out. We kind of branch out and make it, a state thing from being local to the state, and then because what we have right now, and Republicans are famous for this, snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory. That's kind of what our mo has been up until Trump, and even when Trump 1.0, you had Republicans taking pot shots at him. It amazes me that he even got through that thing with the amount of Republicans that were against him, like establishment, old school, old money Republicans, all against him. And even now, you again, MTG for just 2 seconds. Folks like her, instead of throwing a hissy and then going on all of these liberal talk shows and running Trump down and this and that, it makes me think, and this is going to sound chauvinistic. It just is, and I'm sorry. But it makes me think that, the estrogen part of her brain took over. And then that's not even true, because there are some dudes. There are dudes in North Dakota that are on that train, and I'm just like, oh my God.
Here's the deal. Marjorie Taylor Greene had an opportunity to do something amazing, even in the face of BS. Say Donald Trump called her name or whatever the hell it was. I'm still not even 100% up to speed.
He called her that because of what she was doing.
Yeah. And she decided she wanted to resign instead of stick around and deal with it.
Yep.
Only the weak run like that.
Yep.
Okay, putting a yellow stripe down the middle of her back. Well, you can brag her up and call her the Thomas Paine of our generations all you want.
No.
The name that I've got for is Benedict Arnold. Put a damn yellow stripe down that woman's back and kick her ass out. If you if you're that great and you're that patriotic, you stay and fix it. You don't run away.
Yep. The names that
let your district, let your voters decide if you should stay.
Yeah. I will never jump ship, but I do question some of the stuff we eat on the ship from time to time, just to be honest.
We all need a break, Leon. We all need a break. And all she'd have had to do was go, okay, he's not going to be the bigger man. I better be the bigger person. Let me slip away for a little bit. Let me catch my breath. Let me relax. Let me look at this thing. And that's not easy to do, because I'm not that guy necessarily, right? I'm ready for a fight every time something turns around. But when it comes to the best thing for this country, you got to do what's right, and you got to take a few hits, and they're going to throw cheap shots at you, and they're going to call you names, and they're going to do whatever else.
The best example of that is Donald Trump. I mean, who is taking more crap than that dude? Yeah, I mean, they call him everything from a Nazi to, and it just rolls off his back. And then once you're like, he is famous for having huge fights with people and then sitting down, talking to him, hashing it out. And yeah, he's the greatest.
Look at him and Elon Musk again.
Exactly. And
Elon put his foot in his mouth hard. I'd have had a hard time forgiving Elon when he finally pushed it to where he pushed it. But you know what? Donald Trump is in this for the United States of America.
Yep.
That's it. Yeah, the rich are getting richer right now. Okay, fine. Too bad. Let them. We are going to come out of this better if we keep it up.
Elon had a good point. Again, Elon had a good point. He sees the corruption. He saw it. And he's like, we got to do more. We got to do this. We got to do that. But again, Trump is looking at the bigger picture.
Well, Elon spent too much time in the Oval Office with Donald Trump for a while there.
Yep.
And thought he had more power than he had. I don't disagree with Elon in that whole deal. I don't disagree with Donald Trump. I don't, that was a bad deal to a point. Yep. Elon finally just got mad because he wasn't going to get his what am I looking for his electric cars anymore. There wasn't going to be some more money out there for But bottom line is, I hired Donald Trump to do a job with my vote 3 times. So did everybody else. Let him do the job that you hired him for. And no, don't let him. Nobody wants him to go overboard. You know, nobody wants him to do the wrong thing and sell this country up a river or this, that, and the other thing.
Nope.
You know, they say they look at all this money he's bringing in, and people are saying, well, now we're bought and paid for by them. Now we're bought and paid for by them. No, we're not. You guys aren't used to having a real deal being made. We're all just so pessimistic right now. We can't see the good for the bullshit.
I'm not. I see what Trump is attempting to do, and I understand the amount of time it took to bring America down to this level. I am not naive enough to believe that somehow Donald Trump is the Messiah who walks on water, who can lift all the ships in America in less than a year. I am not that naive, and I cannot understand. I can't understand people that I consider to be way smarter than me. Way smarter than me. I can't understand the mindset of those people, like jumping ship, and I just, to me anyway. I'm gonna say something that's gonna get me phone calls, and
if you don't get phone calls after this one, I don't know, brother.
I probably will.
Yeah, I kind of let my mouth slip a couple times, but
But what I'm going to do, I want to play this. We talked about Ilhan, and I want to segue into the whole Somalia scams, and like, I don't think you guys understand how much money was stolen. So first, I'm going to set this up by, this is her background right here, right here.
Let's take Ilhan Omar as an example, okay? She comes from a family, and they call her a refugee who came from Somalia, right? They call her a refugee. Her family were the governing party, the Marxist Islamist government in Somalia, who were overthrown and then fled. Now, technically that makes her a refugee, but she wasn't fleeing oppression, or rather her family weren't fleeing oppression, they were fleeing justice. They were fleeing their own people, holding them to account for the dictatorship that they had established. So you have people like the Omar family, and what do? Do they come to America and see America and go, okay, this is pretty cool. They're not oppressing each other. Let's be part of this. No, they go, hey, how can we oppress them? You know, how can we bring Marxism to America? That's the thought process, and it may be a passive thought process, but it's the thought process.
Yeah, so that's Ilhan right there, and I did a little grokking, and as it stands right now, Grok still pulls from like Snopes and Wikipedia and all of that. So you have to kind of really dig down and ask the right questions. But you ask, is this the Ilhan Omar, the congresswoman from Minnesota? Is this her real family? And it absolutely is. Now, the genocide that they committed is the reason why she was in that, refugee camp, because those people were pissed at what she was, at what her family decided to try and do. And then you see someone like that at rallies going Somalia first and blah blah blah, and she's bringing all of her supporters over here. And then you wonder, especially when we're talking about the grift of those Somalians, the massive. Here, give me 1 second. I want you to look at this. Look at the amount of money in the second column, the third column, I think. Yeah, it's third column. Look at the amount of money there. Here's another.
Wow.
Look at the amount of money that is being stolen. And this is just in Minnesota. And then you have this princess. This is the judge. And when I heard that what was his name? Abdi Fattah Yusuf. He had stolen like $250 million. How did I know that the judge who overturned the jury would look like this. How did I know that? Again, I'm asking, and this might sound racist. White dudes, what are you doing? White people, what are you doing? 200 million. He ran a home health care company called Promise Health out of a mailbox, a literal mailbox on Central Avenue that somehow housed half a dozen other, here, hang on, companies. These are my air quotes. Here, him and his wife, they billed Medicaid for personal care expenses for folks that they never met, never showed up, were fake people. The entire thing for millions. And just for that one grift, that was $7.2 million. Luxury handbags, high end jewelry, tens of thousands just gone out of the country and back to Somalia, back to a couple of terrorist organizations. Oh, and then the jury hears all of that. They saw the bank records, the fake invoices, the ghost employees. They saw it all. One juror said, I believe the evidence is overwhelming. It wasn't even a difficult decision. And then this judge, one judge, comes in, acquittal on everything. What are we doing?
Dude, it shouldn't surprise me. This is one that I'm still stuck on. It does surprise me, but it doesn't surprise me, right? It's the power that the liberal belief system has over some of the young and impressionable. When they get hold of some of them way back when, they don't care how they do what they got to do for what they believe. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
But when you're flipping through those papers about Ilhan Omar, you're going to love this or hate this. When I said earlier about turning the country to sand because you've got the youth that are coming next.
Yep.
That crazy Marxist little 2-year-old became Ilhan Omar from the age of 2 to come over here. Now she's doing this on us.
You're right.
From age of 2. It's part of their DNA. They're a warring pirate nation. This is the way they do things. Shoot, you can go back and watch that Captain, what's his name, with Tom Hanks that I hate anyway. But you can go watch that movie, and realistically, you give you an idea about Somalia. I mean, if I was a millionaire today, you and I wouldn't even be here today, because I have just found out that you can hire a company to go hang out on a boat and troll for Somali pirates.
Ooh. Oh.
Man, we need a little. Yes, it's legit. You can troll for Somali pirates, but that's how they do things over there, guys and gals. That's exactly how they do things. And this shouldn't surprise us. That little dumbass looking white chick that she fell for this crap and did this. I'm really not surprised anymore. I guess I'm really not. I know that we have to fix Minnesota. You've got to do what North Dakota has to do to fix itself, like Iowa has to do to fix itself, like any other state has to do to fix itself. You've got to start at the bottom, okay? And
I think a good start would be getting a bunch of these people out. And I think Trump with the whole temporary protection status, I think that's a good first start. But again, we've known about Ilhan and her fake marriages and her brother loving, and we've known, like, I've known this stuff for 10 years. I've known this stuff, and there have been reports on it. And all of
things
this
that I don't understand about our justice system with supposedly people on our side and Donald Trump right now. Wouldn't you think that Ilhan Omar would have been one of the first targets to go after fast and hard? Because you could, as far as I'm concerned, you can take her down fast and hard, okay, and set an example.
But
yes,
that's
everybody wants the Epstein's list and all that stuff. but why not go after her fast and hard, deport her ass, take her citizenship away or whatever she's got,
Yeah.
and make millions of people happy, and then they might have given you a little more grace period, taking the rest of them out. Yeah,
100%.
yeah, that's one of those things I just don't understand. Why that? See, guys, I can pick on Trump too. You know, I can still do that. I'm not happy with all this stuff.
I think if Trump tried that, the left would actually have a coup. He's going after a minority woman. He's going after. I mean,
I could
just
do
hear
it legally and let the left give themselves aneurysms. I mean,
that's something else, Bob. We try to, and I have had this mindset for quite some time. A lot of Republicans, a lot of conservatives, we try to white glove things. It's one of the issues that I had with the outgoing. Who was the last Speaker of the House? Our guy, I can't remember. It's supposed to be. I think he was out of Wisconsin, and everything. The Democrats don't care. They'll do something just 100% illegal, unconstitutional, like the whole border thing. Like all those black people that were underneath that bridge, they just made them disappear. Black flights all over the country, and here we are, constitutionless, and we have to make sure we do X, Y, and Z. Not a damn thing that they did under the Biden administration was legal. Not a single thing. But we have to fight within the confines of like legal jurisprudence, and they don't. They never do. They legitimately took a law whose statute of limitation had run out, backdated it just so they can get Trump. I mean,
the reason all of this continues to this day is we can't get 100 to 1,000 guys, and I'm saying guys, you can call me a sexist.
I know where you're going.
Okay, to stand up. You don't have to pick me as the leader. I don't care who it is. Somebody's got some brains and some balls and thinks right. To say, okay, this has been planned. This is what we do. We're organized. Remember back when these planes were landing in Bismarck with these illegals and shit coming into our state then? Okay.
There should have been a presence there.
Okay. Okay. So why not surround that airport with about 1,000 rifles and say, hey, they start to get off the plane, somebody stops them, we do our thing, end of discussion. Fill that damn tank up and get out of here.
Dude, you're talking Bundy Ranch territory now.
Well, but this is our only answer. You know what the real answer is to all of this, without being, people are going to get mad at me and sedition, blah, 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 is the United States military is our answer to all of this. You want the Constitution back overnight? You want a constitutional republic back? You want people to pay for their sins and their crimes and all their other bullshit? The military, under the leadership of the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, comes in and shuts this sucker down and starts making arrests.
Yeah.
It's the only way you're going to get it back, because we can't do the things they can do. But that's what it's going to take. And then it makes our wonderful country look like it's a third world shithole.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why people won't do it, and they don't want it to happen, and it's going to be a civil war.
Yeah, but
am I right? How else do you do this? I can't stand up. If I can't get 10 of you to go to a district convention to vote for the candidate that we want to push through to the primary and support that individual to get elected for the legislature of the state of North Dakota, how in the hell am I going to get 100 of you to stand up to do something like that?
You know why? And I found this out, and this is just from me, a kind of a North Dakota political insider, kind of turning around and kind of looking at the party apparatus. Nobody, like the party apparatus is geared toward the blue-haired, comfortable Republican. They're not saying the things that you are saying and I am saying right now. Hey, we got a country to save. They're like, vote red,
because
no
they're
matter what.
watching CNN and
Yeah.
MSNBC and shit.
Yeah, and so they don't have the sense of urgency that people like you and I would have. Like some of the folks that, my buddy Dan Johnson. You ever talk to him? Just fireside, glass of whiskey and a cigar. Man, that dude just 100% patriot. And like, but we don't have very many of those. And it's because we don't elect very many of those. We elect the pastel colored Republicans. And what we have to start getting comfortable doing is, well, I guess some of the vote red no matter what mindset has got to go.
No, yeah. Yeah.
It's got to go. Like it part of
so
me
hard to vote for
admires.
anybody on the blue side based on their party platform.
Yeah.
So there's very few on the Democrat ticket that doesn't believe in gun control, that doesn't believe in abortion, that does, so it's really hard to not have the vote red mindset. Yeah. Honestly, I think that guys like you and I are not going to get elected. If we're speaking the way we're speaking tonight, we're not going to get elected. And I'll never run again, right?
I would never try.
Where we live, it's ripe for the pickings. Okay, a good constitutional conservative to help somebody out when they go up there. This district around this country is ripe for that.
Bob,
okay, and I don't mean in a bad way.
Here, let me 1 second here. I have been offered speaking engagements around North Dakota, only to have them pulled because those districts or those once it was found out that I would be speaking there, he's homophobic. He's a self-hating black guy. He's this and that, and these people would literally bring. They would photocopy Facebook posts and things I've said and said, "See here, blah blah blah," and to District 24's credit, they never said, they made me aware of it, but they never said, no, we don't want you speaking. But the reason I do not do a lot of speaking is because all of the other people do. They're like, well, we can't have, because they'll protest and they'll do this and that. And the things that dude, if you think the things that I say are out there, I got news for you. I'm tame. If you think what I say on a daily is wild, then the country is gone. Like there's no freaking hope because I'm one of the most.
Podcast tonight is a pretty good example of why you and I aren't going anywhere that way. We're going to do our jobs this way. If we can entertain and fire people up and get the interest up and understand that we love this country, and that's
Fargo
all we
area
really need
conservatives
is some patriots. I mean, maybe if I got rid of the beard, toned it down, lost a bunch of weight,
not doing that,
and did a full frontal lobotomy, I could vote like a rhino,
right,
and get elected, right? And if I took out one side of my brain, then I could vote as a Democrat. I don't know. I can't do it. I could have probably gotten elected if I'd played the game a little bit more. I had some offers back when I was running for office. Yep. Well, if you support this right off the bat, I can get you $500. And if you support that, no, I don't want your damn money.
Bob, I'm telling you this, and I'm talking out of school now, but you'd be surprised at the people that I know that took that offer.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
And it's pretty sad. But anyway, we're not going to, I don't want to get everybody down. I'm going to hit a couple of these comments right now. Give Donald Trump credit. He's ice skating uphill on stilts. Rome wasn't built in a day. Just wait. He's playing 5D chess. I agree with that. A lot of people poo-poo on that whole 3D chess, 4D chess. I don't. I saw the dude.
I'm going to blow your mind. Don't be surprised if MTG is part of that.
I could see it.
I don't mind being wrong once in a while, but don't be surprised.
My buddy JD, who, dude, if you think that I'm right wing, you have not met my buddy JD. I mean, anyway.
I can give you dirt on JD. JD and I had a little squabble years ago. I love the guy. There's no issue there. But, JD ain't quite right wing enough for me all the time.
Wow. Dude, you made me choke on mine.
Well, see, it's not fair to talk about what I give JD crap about without JD being here. Yeah. Right? So that's where, dude, where JD's at right now, I know we're good. We're good. I know we're good. We've always been good, but
he says Trump has gotten more right-wing objectives passed with more resistance in less than a year than any Republican POTUS ever has. Agreed. And yet we have douche canoes, wow, on our side, pissing and moaning. Okay, I decided to read that without filtering it, so that's all me. White leftist chicks are the effing worst. Great show, guys. Headed outside to move snow. Dude, I got the Bobcat outside. I've been playing with that thing, and it sounds like I'm gonna have to play with it again tonight.
4 to 6 more inches. They were getting hammered in Bismarck.
Oh, that sucks. And Bob, I'm gonna send you my trail cam in the North Pasture. Caught a massive buck that's been there 3 times, and I was planning on getting out there, but it looks like I'm not gonna be able to hit it tonight. My wife's gonna be pissed. Okay, Gordy. Yeah, Paul Ryan. That's who I was thinking about. Gordy, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Murray says I'm being plain vanilla. Murray, I know where you live, dude. Lynette says no, then you would not be Bob. Yeah, the whole cutting the hair and doing the lobotomy and all of that good stuff.
I promise you I ain't doing it till I'm ready.
And I ain't going anywhere.
Nah.
But
this guy, I can't. It's in my genetics, man.
Yeah. I'm going to hit our last commercial break, and then I'm going to come back, wrap it up with a couple of stories that I found pretty interesting. I want to get your take on them, on these. Also, I think you might have a clue. I think I may have given you a clue about them, but
you guys and gals out there, make sure you support the sponsors supporting this show. It's very important to do that. So.
Yeah. The Guns in the 701 network. Yeah, this is where I love this network because it allows me. If folks know me from the radio, where I couldn't say what I wanted to say, I can say whatever the heck I want to say. I mean, I got Miss Francis upstairs, so I still got that little filter. But we will be right back. Leon Francis, Big Boss Bob Wheeler. Guns in the 701 Network, Blackbeard Logic. We'll be right back right after this show.
Hey, it's Leon Francis from Blackbeard Logic on the Guns in the 701 Network. I'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. Stay tuned.
Anvil Brand LLC, raising and training tomorrow's barrel horses right out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Tracy and her family are great American patriots who not only support the Second Amendment, but they also promoted what you're looking for, top quality barrel horses. Go ahead and give Tracy a call at 701-471-6629 and tell them Guns and 701.com sent you. That's Anvil Brand LLC out of Bismarck, North Dakota.
At Horton Laser Craft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Visit HortonLasercraft.com today and start crafting your perfect gift. For more info, email them at HortonLasercraft@yahoo.com or call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
Yeah, hey, look, I got the moves like Michael, the flow like Aubrey. Walk around thinking I'm a prince like Saudi. Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in, know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Nikes, albino, pink hop, my stilo, head to the top, bottom line is a motto.
Welcome back. It's Leon Francis with Blackbeard Logic on the Guns and the 701 Network. Let's get it.
That was one of the last times Schwarzenegger was cool, man.
Yeah, I stole that from Jamie because it's so cool, man. And like when I first saw that on his show, I'm like, damn, I should have thought of that. So I'm glad that he's out moving snow and he didn't see. He might have a thing copywritten or something, but anyway, I want to thank Clay and JD for giving me the opportunity to come on here and just kind of bloviate with whoever I want. I could have whoever I want on, say whatever I want, that sort of thing. Well, no, not really within parameters, but I kind of self-censor myself, and that's the best way to be. Anyway. Well, Bob, I want to thank you for just hanging out with me, and we got to get you out here, man. You're right up the street. I think you're up the street, down the road a piece, right over by the
past the dead tree, the red tractor, and a big old pond over there. Yeah,
100%. So,
for those that do understand acronyms and the alphabet deal, I've got a new ACOG for my AR-10. So that's something we have to go play with.
100%.
Picked up an ACOG.
So you do this, and it's winter now. And now I'm going to be thinking about that thing.
Dude, we're up north. You can take that thing ice fishing and have fun once in a while.
100%. Not 2 miles up this dirt road. There are places. Anyway, let's move on.
Hey, let's do it.
So this one, I loved this story. Yeah, I thought I had a clip of it, but I don't. So I'm just going to do this. So this guy here.
Oh man.
I made a Facebook post about this, not condoning, but let's just say a brother understands. This man was arrested after he allegedly arranged a drug deal in order to confront a man who had allegedly sold a THC vape to his teenage daughter. The alleged dealer told law enforcement that he was scared for his life when confronted. And of course, law enforcement, the ideal thing, and this is a quote, the ideal thing would be to call us. You would not be one to go to jail for brandishing a firearm or threatening to shoot anyone. Now, when I first read that, my response was, bravo. This is a good dad, because I could see me doing the exact same thing. I find out some drug dealer is giving my kid some drugs. Yeah, I'll set up a buy, 100%. I don't think I'm going to draw my weapon unless I know he's armed. But I think if more drug dealers feared dads, we'd have less drug dealers dealing to kids. I mean, they might deal like to their regular customers, 20-somethings, 30-somethings, but a teenager, you'd be like, yeah, nah. And I think that goes for a lot of things in society. I believe the whole boys playing in girls' sports. If men had stood up and was like, no, boys are not going to play with my daughter, in this sport, then we would have had less of it. And so I guess my response to this dad is good dad. I don't think he. I think that the way he did it could have been done better, but I applaud the effort. What do you think, Bob?
Well, you can't half-ass things in this world, guys. And if the drug dealer is capable of speaking and describing you after the confrontation, you failed. Now, I have other issues with this whole thing. If a cop's worth his grain of salt, he wouldn't have said something stupid like that. Okay, God knows I back the badge, I don't back the blue, and don't misunderstand that. I back the badge, not the blue, the individual, and the attitude that all you had to do was call us is bullshit because the judicial system doesn't work. You really aren't going to do shit if I make the complaint. If it even gets to that officer and they go get him, all they're going to do is slap that little bastard on the wrist and say, hey, we'll see you tomorrow. Finish the job. That's it. It's easy. Well, you want to bring America back? Let's have. You're doing that. You're raising a man to do what he's supposed to do. You've got a strong young man in your whole household that you're teaching the way a man should be taught. And he's being taught right and wrong and good and evil and all that good stuff.
Yep.
Okay. And we have mamby-pamby, these boys for so damn long, they don't know they're supposed to stand up to bullies. They don't know that you're supposed to take care of your things themselves because they've made it wrong and they've been, did you tell him twice? No, I told him once when I punched him in the damn nose.
Right.
I didn't tell him twice. I didn't ask him to quit. I said, you son of a bitch, you're going to quit.
Yep.
I got my nose bloodied plenty of times in school.
Boys are supposed to.
We're supposed to learn that, and it taught me not to pick a fight with the wrong guy. I mean, what else? If I was bullied and I was legitimately bullied, Dad said next time get a baseball bat. Legitimately, if you're getting, you got to take care of business yourself. Yep. We're so worried about somebody else taking care of us.
And that's a thing that I've been on about for quite some time. We've advocated our personal autonomy, our personal authority. We've advocated our parental rights. We've advocated so much to the big S state, and we willingly did that. I'm going to teach, like my son will understand that we don't tolerate bullies. We just don't. And even if you lose the fight, you don't let someone just pick on you indiscriminately. Like I'm not one of those guys that are going to say, "Well, did you tell the teacher or did you tell a grown up?" No. If a guy is giving you guff, you shut it down immediately. You don't have to automatically go to fisticuffs. You can tell him, "Hey, dude, back off. I'm not into whatever you're into or whatever." And my son will know how to fight because he's in MMA and that sort of thing, and he has brothers and he has me, and we have like a gym in the in the garage. So, so I don't want him hurting people unless they deserve to be hurt.
That's exactly the point. Every kid should still have a pocket knife.
He does.
A rock or two in every pocket, maybe a slingshot.
He's got one of those.
In trouble once or twice for breaking the wrong thing.
Yep.
That kind of thing. But you gotta let them become men.
Yep. We got a couple of dead Blue Jays.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
I don't know. Maybe that's the reason God didn't bless me with children. Because I'm gonna tell you right now. Can you imagine what my kids would actually be like about right now?
Oh my God!
Yeah, Lord help us all, right? But that's what I would have raised, and
I'm picturing
kids right now. School boards wouldn't be safe. And
I'm picturing Jocko Willink with a beard. But and again, it like, and I've said this before on air. One of the biggest eye openers to me is when we were in Fargo, and me and my wife were both working. So we had Eli in a daycare. He was just a tiny little kid. Uh,
Okay.
and I took him, I was dropping him off, and one of those little kids in there couldn't have been like more than 3, maybe 4. He like runs over, tackles Eli, and they just start rolling on the floor, man. They couldn't have been having more fun. But the women in there, like, oh my God, they went and they separated them, and they were like, oh my God, Mr. Francis, I'm so sorry, blah blah blah. And I'm like, for what? They're,
Hmm.
they're boys being boys. I mean,
Hmm.
you should see when I walk in the house. I mean, if I'm not doing a full suplex on the kid, I mean, I ain't doing my job. You know, it, we're raising a generation, which is why I love homeschool parents, because you don't have any of that nonsense. Like
I
somebody,
love country kids, Western ranch kids,
hundred percent.
farm kids, and I love seeing what that's the good side of the internet when you can find those things. I watched one the other day, and I might not have it exactly right, but they're little cowboy kids, they're ranch kids raised by a ranch mama with a ranch daddy, and they're throwing ropes, and one's dragging his little brother on a pony. He's pulling the car, and his little brother's like, "Watch this," and he ropes the kid on the car, jerks his ass off. He's like 3.
I
Guess
saw
what? They
that.
all got up and did it again.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Lynette, Lynette, I get it. Lynette says, but kids can't be taking bats to school. Can you imagine? No, I'm not. I'm not talking about weapons. Once it's got to that point, yeah, grown-ups have got to be involved. They can't be that. But what I'm
What happened to
saying,
me is there was a guy that spit on me. All right, he's bigger than me. Okay, and we had a pretty good tussle, but he whooped my ass.
Mm.
And honest to God, when I got home that night, we gotten in trouble, whatever was going on, and Dad said, "What happened?" And I told him, I said that he spit on me. And he says, "I'll tell you what," he says, "next time, find whatever you can find. I don't care if it's a baseball bat or anything you got to use. Anybody spits on you, you beat their ass." No, we can't send kids to school with baseball bats, Lynette. You're right. But you know what? You've got to do what's right.
Yeah.
And this is a real life situation. That's my dad's words from 1986, 7, something like that. Nah, maybe 85, whatever. I was in middle school. And
but I bet you also
the bully has to get his ass beat, no matter if you got to use a bigger stick or not.
I'm betting you also had that 20-foot metal slide on the playground, and you also had the
burnt and hurt and
yeah. I think we bubble wrap kids way too much. I think kids today. One of the reasons why we are the country that we are now, with all the beta boys and the soy boys and that whole mentality, is because boys didn't hurt themselves enough when they were growing up. They were bubble wrapped.
They invented that red fake tree branch shit to put underneath the monkey bars. That's what did it.
Preach. Yeah, put some gravel down there, man.
Yeah, they had to get rid of all the old ones and then rebuilt them all out of plastic and spent millions and millions of dollars. And if you didn't get, if it wasn't rusty, it wasn't fun to play with.
I remember my first son, me and my wife, and I love my wife, but she's a woman, and I remember him. God, he was just a tiny kid, and he was climbing up this fireman pole at this playground, and he was trying to get across because they had the bars to get across, and I'm just standing there looking at him. I'm like, oh hell yeah. And my wife is freaking out. Like, she's freaking out. She's like, oh my God. And I had to hold her back. I'm like, no, dude, we gotta let him do this kind of stuff. Like, if he falls, he'll cry, and then he'll be like, oh wait, I can stand up. I'm gonna try this thing again. And
a broken arm's a long way from the heart.
No. Oh my God, dude. We got to get back to that. Like, again, one of the reasons I love like Eli's whole life, like all of the little dudes that he's associated with are like him or tougher. So I have
So,
videos of him and some of his friends. They got the pads on and they're just going at it. Just they got pads and gloves and they're just going at it. Pow, 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 pow. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to see,
you know,
man.
them old school swing sets that had the big V on each side and the crossbars on them. Well, you had to climb up one that was, 15 feet high
Mm.
to be a monkey to crawl on the other one and go down the other side.
100%.
20 feet maybe even. And these were made out of oil field pipe. These suckers weren't coming out of the ground. They were cemented in.
That's that upper body strength. That's upper body strength, man.
And I don't remember being afraid what would happen if I fell. I just remember not wanting to fall because I wanted to do that, accomplish it so bad.
Yep.
I don't think I ever worried about getting hurt.
I remember what are those things called that merry-go-rounds?
Oh, the real small ones.
Ooh.
At 100 miles an hour falling off.
Oh my God. I got scars right now today from those things, man.
Well, my grandparents, when kind of get off subject here a little bit, maybe we'll end with some fun, but where my grandparents were, what I know of from their home, they moved there the day I was born, was a school quarter. Okay. The old school was still there. The big metal slide with the squared edges was still there.
Yep.
And the other thing was kind of like a merry-go-round, but it was a 20-foot pole that had these chains coming down that had, I believe, three, like it was a rope ladder, but it was out of chains and it had 3 levels of handles.
Yeah.
Well, the idea was to get 3 or 4 of us cousins out there and we'd start whipping and then we'd all start coming off the ground, flying around this damn thing. That was our entertainment when we went to Grandpa.
Oh my God. Bring that back.
Rolled in the dirt. Yep, every time.
Dude, we've been going at it for 2 hours.
I bet your wife is going, that's it, honey.
No, I'm looking at the time. Exactly. I remember, this is Lynette. Exactly. I remember when teachers slammed bullies into, yes, sir. And this will, so, a couple of years back, I don't know, maybe 10 years back when we still lived in Fargo, this school resource officer got in all kinds of trouble because he grabbed a dude that was beating up some other kid, thug, and I called him a thug. On the show, I called him a thug because everyone else was kind of pussyfooting around it because the kid was black. And I'm like, yeah, that's a thug. And so the SRO picked him up, put him against the locker like that, and man, this officer got in so much trouble. And I, on air, thanked him for doing that.
Absolutely.
We need more of that.
Yeah.
Because if you're an SRO and you see, or if you're a male teacher and you see like these kids and they get in these massive fights, and all you got to do is Google it. It's all over the internet. And you're just standing there, then you need to resign. Because that's why that's happening. Those kids think that nobody can put their hands on them that's like over the age of 18. You want to cut that out? Have some men stand up and go, no, nope, against the law.
Watch this. Go back, go watch the movie The Substitute with Tom Berenger. Go watch The Principal with Jim Belushi. Go watch Stand By Me with Louis Gossett Jr.
100%.
Which one was Louis? No, Louis Gossett Jr. was in The Principal. One of my favorite.
I know what you're talking about. I know this movie, and that's the way we used to do things. And
nobody wanted it to be violent. Nobody wants your kid to get beat on by your teachers, and there was a limit, right? But if these kids were pushing their violence, yes, this is Hollywood, whatever else, but if these kids were doing violent things, violence has to stop violence sometimes because they had tried every other method. They had tried the be nice, talk nice crap before the timeout shit, whatever else, right? And perfect example, Steve. Why can't I say one of my favorite actors' names? He's 82 or 84 years old by now. Huh?
Morgan Freeman.
Thank you. Good Lord.
Yeah.
So Stand By Me. Go watch these movies, people. And it's the only I can't make flashbacks and take you through time to show you.
Stand and
But
Deliver.
I can show you some of the Gen X movies that really showed us those things.
Yeah.
Prime examples of what we're talking about.
Me and Eli, we when we sit down and we watch movies, it's always from that era. He can't believe it, man. He loves it, dude. And
dude, I'm watching TV shows from 1976 on Roku.
Yep.
You remember Flo from Mel's Diner?
Yep, I do.
Flo had a spinoff for 2 years. I'm in the middle of that right now, binging that sucker. It's
Really?
a blast. There's no woke nothing.
Yep.
There's going to be some off-color stuff. There's sexual innuendos. I'm laughing my ass off. You having a blast? Dude.
And like with me, I love because my dad, when he moved in, I started rewatching Sanford and Son. What's the one with O'Connor in it?
With Carol O'Connor, Still of the Night.
Well, in the Still of the Night, but the one before that, Archie Bunker. All in the Family, yeah.
Archie Bunker.
Yeah, man, we crack ribs. I still watch the Dukes of Hazzard. My son has my little I have a die-cast General Lee that I passed down to my son that I played with when I was a kid. Like, that thing's beat up, but it has jumped more hills and hollers than you can imagine. And Roscoe Pico Train has chased that thing, and Boss Hogg has been trying to get those guys. Dude, we had the greatest time growing up.
Did you see anything racist on the Dukes of Hazzard ever?
No.
Did you ever see anything racist on that?
I did not, and I know the folks are going to say, well, the rebel flag, man.
We ain't going to educate them on the rebel flag tonight. We'll never be able to get through it. They don't understand what that means.
100%. And we will be here another hour, and then I'll get a call.
I just about bought a car recently that wasn't a Dodge Charger, right? But it was close enough. It was a Ford. All right, and I was like, I'm gonna have my General Lee. It might not be the General Lee, but I'm gonna get the orange. I'm gonna get the 01. I'm gonna get the flag.
Dude, if I had $1 million, I'm telling you, I'd cause a riot.
Well, it takes about 80 to 90,000 to have one right now.
No, I'd want a stable.
And they would be my movie hero cars. They would be the 77 Trans Am. They would be, hell, I'd even get Daisy Duke's Jeep and Uncle Jesse's F-150 or F-250, from the first show. I don't care about Kit, but I'd go to Hooper and get that Trans Am, and I'd go to...
Whoa. You don't care about Kit?
No, I honestly wasn't a fan.
Oh, man.
I'd rather have the A-Team van. I mean, I'd still have a Kit for the perfect collection, don't get me wrong. But it never was that big a deal because it looked too new. It was scientific. It was gadgety. I like the badass vehicles. The Fall Guy pickup.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then the Simon & Simon Dodge Power Wagon. Okay, I was more into that than Kit was just too futuristic for me. But
every time I heard that, woo, 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 I'd be like, I'd lose my crap, man. Or when I heard the Airwolf intro, I'm running.
Michael Vincent, Ernest Borgnine.
Anyway, dude, we have gone way over. I'm going to hit a couple of these. Hang on. I got to scroll down. Sorry if I missed you guys. Exactly. Remember when teachers slammed bullies into lockers? I am a 1982 graduate. We had no bubble wrap, 100%. I missed monkey bars with the big old mud puddle under it when we lost the chicken fight. Shit got real. I remember taking my firearms safety class in 1970. Wow. And the school, I wasn't even born.
In what year?
1974. I remember Murray says
safety class. I was born in 72 and brought a rifle to show and tell in grade school.
Wow.
To teach how to clean it. And the bus driver had to handle it for me, but I brought it on the bus 32 miles. Yeah.
Brian says stand and deliver with Morgan Freeman.
Yep. Stand and deliver. Thank you.
Brian, that was the best. What happened to those days? Boss Hogg was military intelligence. What? Come on, Murray.
What was that?
Boss Hogg was military intelligence. How about the screaming Mimi from Riptide? Okay, I got you.
Which one?
The screaming Mimi from Riptide.
Don't even know that.
Yeah, Axel, you shoot me a text, man. And Lynette says, "Okay, guys, you are now my favorite podcast."
Well, this is my favorite one to be a guest on, so thank you.
Dude, again, and I'm not just blowing smoke. I've been a Bob Wheeler fan from way back, dude. So what was Cletus? Oh, that's my brother right there. He's listening right now.
Cool.
My actual brother from
Really?
Dude, he's a beast. This dude, I named my firstborn son after Marcus, and if and obviously it's not Marcus on here, but if you wonder where the like with my kids, the whole boxing, the MMA, the tough chin, the the stuff of steel comes from, it's from this dude right here. Like,
Okay, cool.
dude, I used to get bullied in school because I was kind of a brainiac. No, nerd is the better word for that. And I remember back in the day, I get picked on. My little brother Marcus would handle it.
Little brother.
Little brother.
Nice.
Built like a brick shit house.
Brick shit house. You can say it. I've already broke that no filter zone. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you did. Like a long time ago. So I don't know what I'm doing here, trying to filter myself. But I'm trying to get it.
We got to do one of these shows together with zero politics. We just got to, like you say, chop it up and have fun. We'll talk about Gen X and the 80s and growing up, and we'll get everybody involved to just cut loose a little bit and talk about the good stuff. And I think we might find out even more similarities versus where you grew up versus where I grew up and what we've got in common. And I think that would be kind of fun.
Right.
I think that'd be fun.
I think it'd be awesome. I'm trying to, and if you guys see my brother, my like blood brother there, encourage him. I've been trying to get this dude to come up here and shoot guns and enjoy the country life forever, dude. So if I could make that happen,
Where's he at?
I think well, he's in Louisiana. He's
in Louisiana.
Yeah. Which is good. Like,
it wouldn't be hard to leave Louisiana. It wouldn't be that hard. You get one taste of it up here, and it'd be pretty easy to leave Louisiana. The mosquitoes up here sometimes stay smaller than Louisiana mosquitoes.
You're talking about Minnesota, though. But I remember when I was leaving to come up here, my dad bucked, dude. Oh. And so I understand it. I understand the apprehension. Going up there in the land of Vikings, and you're gonna have to.
That many years ago, yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I need him up here, and we can cut it up. Oh, it'd be a fun time. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that. Anyway, all right, guys and gals, I got to sign off. Clay's going to be in my ear about taking all this time. And anyway, and we kind of meandered a little bit, but I think we stayed pretty much on topic,
I got off on the first question. I really kind of got thrown for a loop there. I went a little sideways. But other than that, we did good. We didn't talk about the Boers in South America. You think about your South American farm workers, if you know any folks Talk to them, and you'll know a lot more about the South African experience right now. What's going on?
I think I'm going to do a reel on that. As a matter of fact, look for a reel coming out about the Boers. So do that thing. And I'm going to sign off. Bob, it's always a pleasure, man. I don't know if you're going to get me out ice fishing. I don't know, a couple of shots of whiskey. I might be amenable.
And we'll get you, brother. It'll be a good time. I'll even wait till we got good ice before I invite you.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you a picture of this buck that's been out in the north pasture. I'm gonna send you a picture of that. You're gonna be like, oh, you got to get that. But anyway, God bless. Good night. Here, I'm gonna end the show with this promo for all of the shows on the Guns in the 701 network. I want to thank Clay and JD and Vance Bishop and all the folks at the Guns in the 701 network for giving me a voice. I want to thank Bob for coming on and just kind of chopping it up with me for a bit, and thank all of you guys and gals out there that are listening. I'm going to leave you with this. Oh, that would have been sweet had it actually. I'm going to leave you guys with this.
4 voices, 1 network. Guns in the 701. Guns in the 701.
Straight talk and American grit.
701 Nation.
Your community, your country, your say.
Blackbeard Logic.
Friday nights, sharp minds, sharper debate.
And Sunday Sportsman Devotion with Vance Bishop.
Faith for the field and stream. Sunday, 7 a.m. Mountain, 8 a.m. Central.
Powered by Lawler Auto Repairer and Kalen's Auto Service. Additional support from Horton's Lasercraft, Slash H Ranch, and Little Angry Man Firearms LLC.
God bless. Good night.